Hello, ATL Kool-Aid drinkers. This is Eddie coming at you. I had to watch the Braves games and watch a little bit of the Hawks before I decided to come on and bring this to you this late night, of course, before I turn in. And I want to say that I'm going to do the basic things that I do. Give you some scores, give some shout outs. I'm only going to give shout outs to the winning team. Uh, so that's what I'm going to do. Uh, so we only had a few teams that won. So I'm gonna start out with Georgia Tech, and with Georgia Tech, uh, we got they won. They played Duke, the Duke Blue Devils, and they won in overtime, 23-3. And there are some players that I want to give some shout outs to in that game because they really stepped up and really had a really good game. And main thing I want to give a shout out to Coach Keys, Coach Brent Keys. He looked like he turned it around. He got the players excited, and they out there doing what they do. See, that's what I'm talking about good coaching, man. It makes a big difference. Coaching makes a really, really big difference. So that's what Coach Key have done. He done got his players inspired. You got a little bit more camaraderie going on. He playing players that the other coach probably wouldn't have played. Okay. And the other coach was an analytics, or whatever they call it, analytics minded coach. And so he went for it a lot on fourth down. So you rarely seen the field goal kicker or the punter. So, but that I always say I like fundamental football. Analytics, I don't like analytics. I saw the game between what was that, the Raiders and what was that who was that? Kansas, the Raiders in Kansas City? Was that Raiders? I'm not sure. Anyway, but they decided to go for two instead of kicking the extra point and tying the game. They end up losing the game with two people running into each other looking like clowns out there. So that's the way it works sometimes when you go against a giving, man. I mean, should have kicked the extra point, tied the game up, and went on and took it to overtime, and then no telling what you would have got. But you went with analytics and saying if you would have got the 2 points, you would have won the game on percentage, but you didn't get the two. That was a gamble. Most of the time, analytics have you gambling. So, but if you're an analytics type coach and you want to do that and go for it on fourth down a large percentage of the time, more power to you. Hope you're more successful than not, because every time you're not, you lose the gamble. But what Georgia Tech has done here, I'm gonna give you the shout outs. I want to definitely give a shout out to the quarterback, Jeff Sims. He actually was 23 or 34 for 227 yards. Okay. And he actually rushed 17 times and had 95 yards running. So I just have to say more power to this dude, man. He really done stepped up his game. He really looking good. So what can I say, man? He is fantastic, man. And we have another player uh, that looked pretty good. Number 3, Hanson Hall. He ran 17 times and had 70 yards rushing. Now we had two receivers that I'm giving a shout out to. Nate McCullum. He had 8 receptions for 101 yards and 1 touchdown. Then we had another receiver who was number 1. His name Leo Blackburn. And he had 3 receptions for 49 yards and a touchdown himself. But this is the deal. This is the young man that I know, and I don't know if the other coach would have played him because he's a freshman. And his name Clayton Powell Lee. He led the team in tackles he had 6 tackles and 2 assists. Also, I want to give a shout out to Charlie Thomas. He also had 5 tackles. So they were really doing really good. They had a little Miles Brooks. He also had 4 tackles. So they were really looking really good. Okay, and I want to give a shout out to Gavin Stewart for going 3 for 3 and kicking the winning field goal. So coach got these boys playing really good, and I got to give one more shout out to KJ Wallace for interception, and I want to give another shout out to a shout out to also to I think that's it. So so those are the people who got the shout out for Georgia Tech. Like I say, go Georgia Tech, okay? And the next team is let's see who they play. Okay, Georgia Tech will be playing their next game that they played against Duke, and their next game will be against look like they're gonna be playing against Virginia on October the 20th. So it looks like they're gonna be off for a little bit of time. They won't be playing in the week coming up, and they'll be getting themselves together and have that time off to play on a Thursday night. That game, I hope that game on TV. I would love to see that game. I hope it's on TV. So it's gonna be on Thursday night on October the 20th, and so hopefully we'll see. Hopefully that game will be on TV and have interest to put it on TV so we can see. I mean, regular TV, you know, it's always on TV if you got cable or something like that. So the next game, October the 20th, they'll be playing Virginia, which that should be a good game. Now, Georgia State, they finally won. They getting back into the winning thing. They actually beat Georgia Southern Eagles 41-33. And they have a few players that the quarterback, got to give a shout out to him, Kyle Van Treese. He went 30 for 49. He threw for 359 yards. Had quite a few interceptions though, but he threw for 3 TDs. He had 4 interceptions, but they hadn't thrown the ball a lot. Okay, and we got to have Jalen White. He rushed 17 times for 71 yards, and he got one touchdown. So we're gonna give him a shout out. Caleb Hood, Amar Jones, and Derwin Burgess Jr. both received touchdowns. So shout out to them. We got Marquise Watson. We're gonna give him a shout out. He actually had 8 tackles. We'll give a shout out to Mark Stapley the second. He actually had an interception. So yeah, and you know, and then we got another guy, Keon Smith. He had a sack. So those guys were stepping up. They were doing pretty good. Like they trying to get back in this thing and start trying to win. So hats off to Georgia State, 41-33. Oh, my bad. I gave you the wrong stats. Actually, we had Darren Granger. Sorry, my bad. I gave you the wrong stats. So we're looking at Darren Granger for Georgia State. Darren Granger, he threw for two touchdowns, and he only had 1 pick. He was 16 for 25, 186 yards. Okay. We had Jameis Williams, 16 carries, 129 yards, 1 touchdown. Tucker Craig, 22 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Give them a shout out for that. Yeah, Jamiro Thrash, he actually had 5 receptions. 75 yards on a touchdown. Robert Lewis had 3 receptions, 45 yards and a touchdown. So Jamil Muhammad actually had an interception. So shout out to him. We had several interceptions. That quarterback over there, when I was reading off the wrong stat, said he threw 4 interceptions. John Trey Hunter caught 1 for 1 interception. And then you had Quintavious White got 1 of his interceptions, and Jordan Jones got 1 of his interceptions. So that was pretty good. So a shout out to those guys right there. And their next game, they will be playing in their next game. So they played Georgia Southern. They won 41-33. And the next game is going to be on the 19th. And they will be playing Outstate. Now, that's going to be a tough game. It's going to be Wednesday, October the 19th at 7:30 p.m. Wow, they're going to be playing on a weekday. So that's when they play again. And so that's my thing with Georgia State. Kennesaw State. Kennesaw, they played on they played Saturday, October the 8th, and they actually lost in overtime. Or no, they actually won. On October the 8th, they actually won in overtime, 40-34. And so they did pretty good. So what we're gonna do, Noah Waters. Well, sorry about that. Xavier Shepard threw for 13 for 18 for 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. And we had Shepard also ran. He had 34 carries for 102 yards. A shout out for Xavier Shepard. 34 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he actually threw 2 touchdowns. And he actually passed for 2 touchdowns. He actually ran for 2 touchdowns. So he basically was the offense. I mean, that was it right there. So he basically was the offense in that. I see Isaiah Foster carried 6 times for 36 yards, actually had a touchdown. But other than that, the two players that caught his touchdown was Isaiah Foster and Xavier Hill. So that was about it. So actually, Kennesaw State actually won against North Alabama Lions, North Alabama. So they actually won. So looking forward to seeing them play again and keep up with them. Seems like they might be trying to get on a little groove. So their next game we're going to be on Saturday, October the 15th at 1 o'clock. They're going to be playing at home against Central, is that Arizona? Central Arkansas. So that's who they're going to be playing against, Central Arkansas. And the next team that was playing, actually UGA, they actually went on a little slight losing streak. They actually played, this time they played West Florida on the 8th, and they lost their second game to them, 42-28. to West Florida. The next game is going to be West Georgia going to be playing at North Greenville on the 15th. So they lost that game. I did not tell you what the next game did I tell you what the next game going to be for Kennesaw? Yeah, I did tell you. Now our little Morehouse, man, they actually 0-6. They haven't won a game yet. We're gonna keep rooting for them, pulling for them, and everything. But on October 8th, they lost to Tuskegee University, 14-41. So the next game is gonna be against Fort Valley State. We'll see what they're gonna look like next week. Hopefully they can win, which is that on October the 15th. Hope they can get one win in before the year's out. We keep pulling for you. Cause you know why? Cause we are ATL Kool-Aid drinkers. So we're gonna keep pulling for you, Morehouse. Now, we got Atlanta United. Our Atlanta United season is over with. And they actually is out of the playoffs and everything. They lost their last game on the 9th to New York City, 2-1. And so they actually season is over with and out of the playoffs. So maybe we'll get that. Maybe they'll get it together, get a new coach, get some good players in here to start off next year. They have long season, man. They only gonna have a short break. So you see who we got coming up next. Let's see. Who we gonna bring up next here? We're gonna bring up Georgia Bulldogs before I go into the pro games, okay? And Stetson Bennett. They were playing Auburn. That used to be one of those killer games, man. For real. It used to be one of those games where we be like that. Ooh, but they won 14-10. And they really, really look good. Stetson looked good. I think he broke off a 63-yard run. So, hey, you can't beat that, right? So, actually, Stetson Bennett, he went for 22 or 32. He had I don't understand this right here, but anyway, it was a lot of it was no thrown touchdown shown here. It's like he went 22, 32, 208 yards. And as a passing and rushing, Stetson Bennett carried 3 times. I guess this is the 64-yard run that he ran for. And then we want to give a shout out to Branson Robinson. He carried 12 times, 98 yards, a touchdown. Dejon Edwards carried the ball 12 times, 83 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kenny McIntosh carried the ball 8 times, 37 yards, and 1 touchdown. So they did a lot of scoring off of running. They actually have no receiving touchdowns. And how about that? Even with one of the best tight end in football, and Brock Bauer, he wasn't in it on catching no touchdowns. All their touchdowns were based on running the ball. So I hope Stetson can get into this because he's gonna need to be able to throw the ball when you start getting into the deeper part of the season, playing some of these big time balls. So I hope he can get it together on that to not throw not one touchdown. Oh, wow, interesting. But they beat them up though, 42-10. Beat up Auburn 42-10. Let me see something right quick. Let me see what we got here. It's let me see what the defense got here. Let me go over him right quick. Let me see what my defense boy did. Cause I'm sure I got a shout out on defense. So as for defense, actually showed the guy Wesley Snyder. He had 6 tackles. I see no interceptions or anything like that. So the kicker put up points, of course, but no interceptions. It's amazing. What a way to win a game, and no thrown touchdown. And let me see, it's got to be. No, it's got to be. Okay, I'm looking at it now. Okay, here we go. Still the same thing. Like I say, no thrown touchdown. No interceptions. 0 sacks. Wow. And they won like that. It's interesting. Very interesting. All right. So that's it for Georgia Bulldogs. So now we finna get into our Atlanta Falcons. Now, Atlanta Falcons had the controversy. I ain't gonna go over that too much with y'all about that controversy. We already made my point on it earlier in the week on the video before that. But my point is that I think Ritter should be getting the playing time and starting quarterback time. And I think that what we should do, we should look at Ritter and give him his time, because we need to know what we have. I don't know why we delaying that and everything. I thought there was this. I don't know what the plan is. Are we rebuilding, or are we actually trying to win? So we got a team that look like they can win, but right now the coach and Mariota team is having us looking like a box of chocolate, and we don't know what we're going to get. Actually, the defense started out pretty good, keeping Brady at hand, man. I mean, 7 points in 2 quarters, and they would have went in with just having him scoring no more than 10 points if Coach would have played that clock right. So I don't understand that, but anyway. We know what happened. Falcon lost, controversial calls. There was several controversial calls to me. The holding at the beginning of the game, the holding call on Terrell, and the sack that was called back 21-15. But like I tell people, it wasn't about Tom Brady. It's just the way things go with the Atlanta team, period. Bad calls, everything. We have to play through all of that. So they lost. But they're going to play Sunday against the 49ers. 1 o'clock game. And they've been showing that the 49ers got a crazy defense. Mad, going at people. So I'm just going to say again, I can't say because you don't know what you're going to get with the Falcons. So the Falcons like a box of chocolate. You don't know what you're going to get. So I don't know. I can't say what we're going to get out of that. But I can say go Falcons. You know why? Because I'm an ATL Kool-Aid drinker. All right? So that's what we got on them. I'm not going to go too much with that. Because I said what I had to say earlier about the whole thing. All right? The Atlanta Hawks playing when they preseason, they went over there and did a whoop stick on the Bucks in Dubai, and they came back. And they played all right. I looked at the highlights. Didn't like the way Coach Nate rotated them, boy. I guess he was just wanting to look at some people. I can give you some criticism. I'm just going to say Jalen Johnson. I want to give you a shout. If you ever see this video, and it pop up or something, and you see it, look, man, if you're going to be defending in the lane, man, a dude come down the lane in a preseason game, challenge it. It's not a real game. Go and challenge down the lane. Try to block it. Try to do something. Try to take a foul. Okay, try to take a charge. Play aggressive, man. You're going to get yourself kicked out of the NBA playing like that. Do you want to play in the NBA? Do you want to make money? You have the ability. Stop acting like you're a little lazy bum, man. Now, I'm pulling for you, man. I like you. So next time a man come down the lane, get over there and get the charge or challenge the shot. All right? Jump at the shot. Challenge the shot. You jump and run like a deer. Stop playing lazy and slow. You're going to get yourself sent up out of here, okay? All right. So the Hawks actually, they lost the game 105-99. Trey just came out there. He just was just, you know, it wasn't one of those things that was serious about it. They're going to play on Friday, on the 14th. They're going to play preseason, another preseason game. They're going to play against the Pelicans. They're probably going to be looking again and try to evaluate the team. I think that they're just trying to see who can play or who they're going to try to keep. So we need to see that. So they're going to be okay. But first home game going to be against the Rockets. You truly will be there, Coach Ed. I will be there helping Coach Nate coach because he really, 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 really has a really hard time coaching. So, you know, he really, really, really has a hard time coaching. He do, really. I don't. Sometimes I don't know what he doing. And that 3-2 zone, 3-1 zone, look, stretch the flow, play man to man, and defend the 3-point line. That's all you got to do, man. Defend the 3-point line, okay? Next team, Atlanta Braves. This is the last one, man. The Atlanta Braves. Go Atlanta Braves. Sad to say they lost their first game, though. That's okay. They lost the first game against the Phillies, 7-6. Man, I hope they can get over not playing well during day games and 1 o'clock games because those games, they always, I don't know, bro. But anyway, they came back tonight and they won 3-0. Kyle Wright did a marvelous job. I have to give a shout out to Kyle Wright. And you know what I'm saying? Did a marvelous job. And have to give a shout out to Acuna, man. Acuna did very well. Matt Olson, very well. Great defense on Austin Riley and Dansby Swanson, making those 2 catches to keep us in the game, man. So we really needed that. And Olsen, you've been playing really, really good, man. I had to give it to you. Travis Darnall, you've been doing good, you know. So you got an RBI. Riley got an RBI. And Matt Olson got an RBI where we end up with those 3 runs. But Acuna kept the guy in, and the guy hit him, man. I thought it was over with for Acuna. I was getting sad. That boy hit him. But they're going to be getting ready to go. It's a 5-game series now, the best 3 out of 5. So tonight they really, really needed this game. They could not go into Philly down 0-2 in a best of 5. You know, first 1 win, 3 wins. So they could not afford to do that. So the next game they're going to be playing is going to be Saturday. They're going to be Friday. They're going to play at 4:30 Friday, October the 14th. And they're going to be in Philly this time. And then they're going to play again in Philly on Saturday the 15th. They're going to be a 2 o'clock game, another early game. They just keep us playing the early games. And hopefully I really want to go in there and just close this thing out, man. I really don't want, but we do have to go down there and win at least one game and get back home to play Game 5 closeout game. And I hope the league don't set it up because, man, I'm just always paranoid about how they're gonna do our people because the Braves is a team in a position to be doing back to back for the World Series. Now I don't know what the odds and stuff on that is, but they're in the position to do back to back. And I think some people might not like that, but we'll see. We'll see. They got the team to do it. And Coach, I want you to do me one favor though. Take Griffin, okay? I want you to take your boy, your young boy Harris. I want you to take your young boy Harris, okay? And when you take your young boy Harris, I want you to move him into the 9th spot. Let him bat in the 9th spot. I don't know, you might see this, you might not, you might hear me, you might not. But this is my thing. When he was hitting well, he was hitting in the 9th spot. And it was better for him to hit in front of Acuna, where it was like 2 leadoff men leading off the game in that rotation like that. So when that 9th spot come up, it's almost like having another leadoff man in that 9th spot. And take if you're gonna play Ozuna, which I like, I think Ozuna, move Ozuna in his spot. Okay, move Ozuna in his spot in that 6th spot. That's what I would say. I'm looking at right at this point right here. Now I don't know who's gonna pitch the 2 games. I know they got right now. They said Strider we're gonna be coming up, okay? So they got Strider, and they also have Martin. So those are two pitchers that I would love to see get up in there. So I'm just saying, Martin, you get in there. They say you're a good post game pitcher. Braves don't be holding on to a person for nothing. So I want to say that. So, but yeah, this is the part of the season that have you biting your nails if you're an ATL Kool-Aid drinker, because you're looking at all your teams. You're looking at the Braves. You're looking at the Hawks. You're looking at Georgia. You're looking at Georgia Tech. You're looking at all these teams, man. But you're looking at these 2 major teams. You're looking at the Braves in the postseason. And all these got your heart racing for them to win this thing. And game to game, series to series. But I want to say to y'all, if you're an ATL Kool-Aid drinker, and you want to be an ATL Kool-Aid drinker, not a bandwagoner who jumps on and jump off, but you're an ATL Kool-Aid drinker. You know what that means? You're a diehard fan like I am. I've been a diehard fan since I was 10 years old for Atlanta. 10 years old. You understand me? So I am a real ATL Kool-Aid drinker. I drink the Kool-Aid all the time. And listen to what I'm finna say, because I'm going to be crazy. If the Atlanta Falcons play Ritter, we going to the NFC Championship, baby. We going to be in the NFC Championship, baby. The Atlanta Hawks is going to the championship, baby. NBA Championship, playing for that title. And the Atlanta Braves are going to win the World Series. You know why I say all of that? Because I'm an ATL Kool-Aid drinker. See you later. See you Sunday after the game. And I'll probably be throwing some quick videos, especially if on that Saturday after the Braves, I might be a little quiet till the Braves get through this series, man, because I don't know. I don't want to start screaming too early. All right? So take care. Give me a thumbs up, ring the bell, leave a comment, and then say, I want to be an ATL Kool-Aid drinker. Go Braves. Go Hawks. Go Falcons. Go Tech. And go Georgia. Have a good one. Bye-bye.